Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm Kirsty.
And this is our podcast covering the highs, lows, and realities of parenting a child with neurodiversity.
Each week we'll be sharing updates from our lives and hearing from a variety of guests about their advice and experiences.
This is Love Needs No Words. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Love Needs No Words as we near the end of the summer holidays. Where has that time gone, Kirst?
It's gone very quickly, but at points it's felt very slow.
Yeah. I remember worrying though about what we were going to do and how we would manage the time, and here we are. We've actually got through it. I can't believe it.
It's been quite a journey, I would say. How on earth do you keep them occupied for 6 weeks?
It's mad, isn't it?
It's so difficult. It's so difficult. I think just obviously working and then having to find childcare and such, like, it's been poor Max has gotten from pillar to post, to be honest, from anyone who'll sort of have him, which is probably less than ideal for him, but it's been really difficult actually trying to keep him occupied and stimulated. And I think that's one thing that school does do for him, is provides him structure and gives him something to focus on, because you know, like, he is literally needed to be entertained all day, which is pretty exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
For 6 long weeks. And actually he wants it, and then when he gets fed up, he then like loses it. So we've had some really good weeks and we've had some really good days, but we've had some pretty tough weeks and pretty tough days. I would say it's definitely been a mixed bag. And it's been really difficult to be able to sort of identify any particular trigger that's caused the like tough weeks or tough days. I genuinely think that part of it is just boredom.
Definitely. I think you realise how important the structure is for them when they're day to day, you know, and you try and do your best by putting in routine in such that you're doing, or we are anyway, doing similar things. So he's like, you know, we're going to the farm every week, we're going trampolining every week, so some sort of routine. But yeah, there's nothing like having the structure of school where they know exactly what they're doing and they're like entertained all day long.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And Max isn't a massive one. Like, he's not overly bothered about routine. He just needs to be kept busy. And actually, I don't know. I don't know if I've mentioned on the podcast, but he's been having swimming lessons, and he's loving them, like really, really enjoying them, and he's doing really well. And I don't know if it's that's caused it or whether it's just him growing up, but he's suddenly got a lot stronger and a lot kind of like he's developed physically. And I think to a certain degree he's like really physically tired as well, because he's been pretty exhausted. He's been pushing himself so much more. Like, we've struggled actually to transition him out of a pushchair, and he still ordinarily does want to use the safety of the pushchair, but he's been walking more, definitely, in terms of you know, not all the time, but for him, walking more. And for him to do that, I think, is aligned with getting that little bit stronger, and he can run fast now, trying to make sure he doesn't run into the road. Because if he wants to get somewhere, nothing is stopping him.
Alex is quite good. Like, if you say stop, he will stop, but we're having that where he will walk further, but he definitely still needs to be like on our shoulders after a certain point. Where it's like, and I think that is linked to autism and also like where their legs get really tired and
and it's the anxiety as well, I think. So we went to this event put on by my husband's work. It was like a big train event, and we knew that he would really enjoy it. But actually, when we got there, unfortunately, it was starting to rain, and Max has a real anxiety at the moment around the weather and when it's raining.
You said about that.
All he wanted to do was sit in the pushchair underneath the canopy. And it's moments like that where you think, this is so unfair for you that you're having all this anxiety, because you're literally in your element here. You would love it. It's definitely anxiety means that he wants to spend more time in there than a child. Like, definitely my friends of neurotypical children, their children don't use the pushchair at his age anymore. We got a trampoline. That's definitely helped. I know you love a trampoline. Amazing. we finally bowed, much as my neighbour's very upset neighbour. But Yeah, we have got one, and actually that's been really helpful to bounce out some of the energy, because he has a huge amount of energy. It's
Yeah.
unstoppable. I'll come on
It's
to that later on in the podcast, but yeah, he has
it's
a lot of energy.
it's been life-changing for us, our trampoline. Like, honestly, I feel like after school he uses it, in the morning when he's got all this like pumped up like energy that he needs to use before they go out, he'll go out. And yeah, I notice it at times also, if he's, yeah, at times when he comes back and he's not ready to kind of settle down and watch something, he'll go straight out to the trampoline and use it. So yeah, I think
That's
you'll
so
get
good. And he'll do
plenty of
that
use out of it.
autonomously on his own.
Yeah.
That's so good. This is
Yeah.
something we find difficult. Encouraging Max to spend any time on his own or do anything for himself.
Yeah.
He really needs the reassurance of having someone with him. So someone is essentially having to be with him all day, at all
Yeah.
times, doing something, even stuff that he can definitely do on his own. I don't know if it's a habit. I'm not entirely sure what drives it, but even if you kind of like try and encourage it for a little bit of time, he's having absolutely none of it.
Yeah.
And he will just shout and shout and shout. So it's obviously quite stressful for him, the
Yeah.
concept of being on his own.
Yeah. It's like an anxiety thing. You need
Yeah,
you
I
with
think it
him
is.
for that sort of level of support.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to watch him and his sister as well. So basically, I can never relax.
Yeah,
I can
you're on
never, ever,
edge the
ever
whole
relax.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is really good from an energy perspective, but yeah, it's definitely not an option for me to just chuck him out there and let him bounce it all off,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It's quite nice because we've been getting on, like, and I'm sure you do the same, as a family, and then all like running
No,
around. And
no,
no,
we don't
okay.
do that.
Me and John are a bit of big kids, I think.
I did. The first day we got it, I was a bit like, oh, this is bouncy. And then the neighbour came round, who was quite upset because it's near her
Oh,
fence. So no more am I able to bounce on
oh
the
no.
trampoline.
You've been told.
I've been told.
You're too loud, Kirst.
Well, to be honest, the volume, actually, speaking of loud, that's been something. Honestly,
Oh, right.
the
Okay.
volume levels in this house are just off the chart. I don't know what my neighbours must think, but Max essentially just shouts everything. And I think, how on earth have you not got a sore throat by the end of the day? But also, it's quite over like stimulating after a while when you've just been shouted at. Like, not
Yeah.
screamed at in terms of he's shouting at me because he's unhappy. I mean, there is that, but it's genuine, just everything is said at incredibly loud volume. I don't know if his ears are blocked. Like, it's definitely, he's always been loud, but not this loud. Every single sentence is loud. Like, if he's not shouting mummy, he's shouting daddy. If he's not shouting daddy, he's shouting Eva. And all of us are just like, how can we just ignore this?
Yeah, it's quite, and it gets a bit much for you because it's like quite overstimulating and it tiring, I'm sure.
Yeah,
To go and hide, you need to run it. You need to go and hide on that trampoline, sneak away and try and
he'd
hide
find
for
me.
5 minutes.
No, he'd find me. He has like spider senses. He'd find me. I was saying to you earlier, we made an absolutely massive mistake of going on quite a long car journey, like over 2 hours, without any kind of entertainment. And he's now in a car seat where he can sort of lean. It was stressful, to say the least.
Oh, really?
Like, he's not whiny or whingy, but he just wants
Yes.
to communicate the whole time. So it's constantly, and like, it's great. He's so interested in the world, so that's incredible. But sometimes you're a bit like,
Yes.
after 2 hours, you're a bit like, I don't know how many more things I can kind of point out going down the M1 or going up the M1, how many more windmills we can see, how many more airport signs we can see, and there's no airports apart from one. So it was slim pickings, to be honest. Anyway, and I yeah, by the end of it, and then we thought, oh no, we've got 2.5 hours back again. So we stopped at McDonald's, and that did the trick for
keep him quiet for a bit.
Food, and Eva was just slowly passing him more food.
And
he was laughing. She kept like finding these chips and handing them over to him. But it was
hilarious. She's got the memo. She knows how to do it.
She's got the drill already.
Just feed him slowly, and then he'll be quiet.
Feed him slowly.
How are you feeling about him going back to school?
I don't know. Mixed emotions, I think. I think in some ways I'll be glad for him that he goes back to being, you know, entertained and stimulated and such like. And I think, yeah, I think he's okay about going back to school. He did say to me he was a bit nervous about it, so I'm not sure, but on the flip side, last year was quite challenging at points. So how's
Yeah.
this year going to go? It's a different teacher. So I'm hoping for the best, to be honest. But you never know what that's going to look like, how he might gel with her. Entirely different sort of teaching assistants and stuff. So, and a
Yeah.
step up. I've been told it's quite a step up between reception in year one. So how he's going to be able to cope with that demand. So yeah, lots of thoughts really on how it might go. I'm just trying, to be honest, if last year taught me anything, it's not really to worry about it too much until we're in the moment, because I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. So I just think I'm just going to have to deal with whatever comes out when it comes out.
Yeah. That
How are
sounds
you feeling
sensible.
about it?
I'm excited for him to get back into the routine of school because I think he's definitely missed that routine. I think he has enjoyed the kind of freedom to do all these fun things we're doing, but he is definitely a man of routine. He really does enjoy the structure of school. And yeah, I'm excited for him to go back learning again. I don't know if anyone's seen the video I put up today of Alex sort of saying like quite a few words in this book, and it has broadened. Like we think is about 30 to 40 words now that he knows, and to be back in a learning environment now and being able to utilize that in in more of a learning way rather than just me reading a book. I'm really excited about how that will kind of manifest itself. I mean, he couldn't take part in any phonics lessons before the summer holidays because he wasn't vocalizing words. So if they're able to hold pictures up, he will be able to join in with the rest of them. That's massive. Maths is something that he's been able to access. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens once he goes back. And I'm really looking forward to the OT coming on board now and seeing what difference that makes. With toilet training, especially, we've tried over the summer and it's been a bit disappointing because John made a very good point. He said, he's trying to make sounds that he's not made before and create, he's really trying to put two or three words together now, plus trying to then get him to potty. It's too much. It's like, it's sort of knowing how much to push him and when to sort of say, look, you're doing way too much at the moment. I don't want to put the pressure on you.
And probably not his priority.
Yeah, exactly. And I really do feel like I need an expert support now because it's gone beyond, I think, it being an easy thing. I think there's a lot of barriers there now. It's something that he's got, the nappy, something that he's got really used to, and he doesn't like the feel of pants. And so it's not just gonna take me like a week. I think this is something that, I might be wrong, but I feel like this is something that is going to take a bit of time and I'm going to need that support. And that is the first thing she said she's going to deal with. And also we've noticed over the summer he's been putting a lot more in his mouth, like needing that oral stimulation. And I think you're right, there's these habits that are coming back which I think are definitely fueled by anxiety, especially for Alex. We're driving somewhere and you're saying where we're going, but it might be a different park or a different soft play, and it's that anxiety of not knowing what to expect, I think, causes the need for something to hold and the need for biting. But yeah, that's something that she said she'd look at first term as well, as the potty training and also the sensory issues, and come up with ideas of how to kind of tackle those. So yeah, and then obviously our social stories in full swing now, getting him prepared. So I'm sure you're the same.
No, we've been really bad. So on the note of being not very organised, we do have one, and he has been reading it, I guess, on and off since he got it before the end of term. So I think he's as prepared as he can be, to be perfectly honest, at this stage in the game. I'm not sure. The benefit that he's got as well is that he's been going into school for their school holiday club over the summer. So that's kept him sort of in the school environment to a certain degree, most weeks.
Yeah, that's really good.
So I think that's been helpful. And he hasn't been able to do every single day. Like there has been one day actually where I had to go and pick him up early, but credit to the school, like they know him well, and they called me and they said he's having a difficult time. Please, like, what do you think? My thought is that we're kind of going to set him up to fail if he stays. And I was like, yeah, I do agree. So
But it's nice, nice they can be honest with you about that.
yeah,
Got that
and
relationship
also
with them.
like that's then not a barrier for him coming back. He then went
Yes.
back the week after, and he had a good day, and he went twice that week, and it was fine. So the history didn't repeat itself. But yeah, it's good that they feel comfortable that they can call me. I'd much rather have that. But yeah, I think that's been helpful for him going back, so that it's not somewhere that he's completely disassociated himself with for 6 weeks. I just feel like 6 weeks is a long time. I feel like 4 weeks would have been okay.
Yeah.
And then those extra 2 weeks, I don't know, just feel like maybe they could be used elsewhere in the year, because it just, like, 6 weeks is just a very long time. And I can see why for parents of all children, but definitely neurodivergent children, who find it hard to shift between, routines and such like, and could probably completely disassociate themselves with school by the end of that break. That is tough.
Yeah. Like, we're feeling anxious about like going back, because obviously we have had a full 6 weeks away from school, and he will be going through a different entrance. They'll have somebody there waiting for him, but it isn't going to be turn right, go down to the gate. He's going to be going, and that is new at the start of term. This isn't something we've practiced either. He's been in the classroom throughout last term, and he's been very, very happy in the class. So that's okay. But yeah, like, even the start of school, he's not going through the same gate. So again, it's getting used to him doing that. Yeah, it's all just a little bit anxiety fueling, isn't it, when they start back at school anyway, let alone when there is going to be changes to their day.
Yeah, I think last year just really taught me that I'm trying just not to. Yeah, because I found the things that I thought that he was going to find difficult, actually the things he did find difficult weren't necessarily the things that I preempted. And there was some pretty bleak times, but they were only really things that I probably could have just dealt with in the moment when they happened. I'm not sure there was a huge amount. There's not much more, I don't think, that we can do to prepare him now. We're in a better position. I think they know him better, which is obviously a massive benefit as well. They've had a year with him now. So I'm going in hopeful. Maybe naive. I don't know. No, but I'm going in hopeful for him, that it will be. And there will be bumps. Obviously, there's going to be bumps. It's not going to be smooth sailing. And who knows how big the bumps are going to be. Let's wait and see.
Yeah. No,
whether they're little mole holes or big mountains. Let's see. Yeah. I actually went to the GP over the summer to get him referred for ADHD, and got pushed back from the GP to say that I needed to speak to the school Senko for a referral. As is always the case, isn't it? You are pushed from pillar to post.
It's never an easy process.
No. So I'll speak to the Senko the first week back, and we'll see where that goes, because it's definitely something that needs investigating with Max, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You've already started the first ball rolling, but obviously hit a hurdle, as always.
Hit a hurdle right at the very beginning. I literally looked.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest, to be honest.
I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I literally knew this was going to happen. Anyhow, well, let's see. I can see the logic behind actually what he's saying and why it's beneficial for the Senko, but I don't know whether the Senko can refer or does refer. So let's wait and see.
Yeah. That's with all of these things. It's never an easy process, is it?
Never an easy process.
So how has the last week been for you? We've just come back from Devon, so I'll update you on that in a bit. But yeah, how's the last week been? Hanging in there.
Up and down. I think he's bored.
Yeah, he's bored. Ready to go back.
He needs to go back to something. He needs to get back into something, for sure. So it's kind of been like thinking about what you can do to keep them occupied. To be fair, this week we're off, which is really nice. So he's had a lot more, attention, and fair play to my parents, because they've done a lot of helping out over the summer. But he needs occupying from the moment he wakes up in the morning to the moment he goes to bed.
Is
And
he
that's quite
different with
tiring for
them?
anyone. They keep him really busy, to be fair, and
Yes.
they do a lot of stuff with him to tire him out. Like,
Yes.
they'll take him out to different places that he's quite familiar with, and also I've been booking swimming lessons on days where they've had him, so that's given sort of some structure.
Someone to
So,
go
to be
with
fair,
him.
yeah, I think there's always an element of they mask a little bit when they're not with you.
Yeah.
So I'd say, but I mean, yeah, he's just got a lot of energy. I think that's the
Yeah.
thing. He does, and it doesn't really matter who he's with. He does have a lot of energy. It's just who he is.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse, I think, for him. Really, you can see that it's ever so frustrating for him at points, but also, he's quick and he learns quickly, and there's just a lot of positives to come from it, but it's pretty tiring as a parent or a
100%. Yeah.
carer,
Especially when you've got the 2 kids as well, and
yeah, that's
both different
difficult.
needs.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing, actually. To be fair, it's fairly, if I just have him, or we just have
Yes, I was going
him,
to say, if you've
it's
just got him on his
way
own.
easier, because you can literally plan the day to be completely, so like, to work
Yes.
for him entirely. But when you've got 2 who are quite different ages, into different things, need different things,
Yeah.
and my daughter still sleeps in the middle of the day,
Yes.
which is tricky, and I will be glad when that nap goes,
Yeah.
at the point where it goes, because it's quite restricting,
It
actually. And I never ever
dictates your
said this
day,
with
doesn't
Max,
it?
because I was like,
Yeah.
I love the break of the nap, and I was gutted when it went. But
Yeah.
actually, when you've got 2, it's quite. Do you find that? Does
I think
Izzy
I think
still
many
sleep?
people can relate, because it's like, it's positive because you get a bit of a break from the younger one for like a
Mm.
couple of hours in the day, and then you can just focus on like your other one. But then
But you
equally,
can't leave the house,
yeah.
and that's like, Max hates being stuck in the house.
Well, she sleeps in the car or in the pram. So like
Okay.
whatever we're doing, I just make it work. Or if we go to someone's house, I take the travel cot.
Okay.
So I kind of still do stuff and then just kind of make it work wherever I'm going.
Mm.
But I know what you mean, because it still can be restrictive. Like I say, if I've forgotten the pram and I've forgotten the cot, I'm then like, well, I need to go, because she's gonna kick off if we don't get the
Mm-hmm.
nap in, and it's important that she gets her nap in. So yeah, I've heard that actually, and I'm sure people listening can relate, that when it goes, it does just give you that little bit more
Yeah.
flexibility. Yeah.
I think so. I think it will go in the next sort of 9 months, I reckon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that will make life easier for us, to be
Yeah.
honest, to be able to have that flexibility. Because quite often, if I'm with him and I kind of organise, or with both of them, it will be organising things that actually don't just need to be a morning activity. They could be a lot longer. Like, we could spend more time at the zoo, or we went to a cool museum today. We could have spent a lot more time there, but we are
Yes.
mindful of the fact that she needs to have a sleep, so it's always kind of cut in the middle. So
Yeah.
then you're looking for an activity in the morning and an activity in the afternoon.
Yes, we find that, like, you're trying to busy
Yeah.
both morning and afternoon,
Yeah,
the break
and
in the
Max is
middle.
so
Yeah.
much better out of the house than he is in the
Yeah.
house. Like, his boredom levels in the house are through the roof. You can see it. Like, he does love Lego, though. He's got really into Lego.
Yeah, see, that's good, because that'll keep him busy.
It does, yeah,
Yeah.
which does help, which is really, really good. And actually, from an like occupational therapy perspective,
Yes.
the strength in his fingers, he could not do these Legos at the beginning of the summer, and now
Yeah.
he can, push the pieces together and push them down. So, yeah, there's obviously a lot going on, has happened in the last
Yes.
sort of 6 weeks, that have been really positive, and maybe that
Yes.
break's needed for them to do these things. Like, Alex has obviously got lots more words, and so maybe that downtime away from the classroom is really important. But yeah, I mean, I from a parental
You're done.
perspective, it's a bit of a juggle.
I think, like you said, that's why like holidays are so good, because we've just got back from Devon, and it was
Yeah,
really,
tons
really
of
nice to just spend like that quality time together, and also good for you guys, because like we've only had like 3 days off in a row, so to have that whole week off where you can switch off and just not think about things, I think is really positive. And not be kind of rushing out the door to get anywhere, or needing to be anywhere at a specific
Yes,
time. we were
Agreed.
really like relaxed this time, where I didn't book anything. It was like, apart from seeing a couple of people, the rest of it was like, right, what's the weather doing? What do we want to do? So it was just like a really kind of chilled week. And their sleep was brilliant there too. There's something about sea air for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it just knocks them out. They were both waking up at 7:30 every morning.
Amy, you
I
are killing
know.
me. I had a
I
4:30
know.
the other day.
I don't know what it was about there. Honestly, John and I felt
Do you think it's because they
rested.
were outside loads?
Probably. And we went to the beach nearly every day. And yeah, I don't know, but honestly, we came back like fully rested. And there's some holidays we've been on where we've been in like static caravans, and it's just been hideous.
Yeah.
And we've thought, what are we doing? But I think because it is, I mean, they've both been going to my sister's house since they were 6 months old. I don't know if it just feels a bit like a home from home. I don't know, but yeah, so that was good. And then I was saying that I think their bond definitely got stronger, because, which was nice to see, because they don't get to spend much time together. Like usually we're with one or the other, or if I've got the two of them, she's a lot more demanding than him, so he just kind of goes off and does his own thing. Where there were opportunities to be like, right, Alex, you say, Izzy, chase me, and he was going, Izzy, chase, and they're running around the house. So I think as his words are coming, that connection's forming more, because he's able to actually ask her to play, where before he couldn't. He'd sort of stare at her and you could tell he wanted to, but he couldn't articulate it. So that was really nice. A bit of deregulation I noticed when he was tired. That's where we're getting it the most. And even here, it'll be getting to bedtime and he'll be wanting to do something and we'll say no. And one of the things he does, which now if I go, Alex, he starts laughing. And it was finding a technique to kind of snap him out of the like angry face. But he will pick up his tray of like dinner and start like trying to find somewhere to put it, like out of like anger, because he's annoyed. And then I just go, Alex, and he starts laughing. But yeah, that's our main thing, where he's like gets quite deregulated when he's tired. And then he'll like if we were on, when we were on holiday and he was getting a bit bored, he makes this sort of noise where you can just tell that he's, like you said, it's finding something to do quickly, like get all the cars out, or I don't know, just take his mind off it. But yeah, it was nice, because even those things where I could, because I had lots of time, I could work out what was causing it, where day to day I haven't got the time to work it out. I'm just like, all right, enough, and then we
all
crack
those
on.
strategies that everyone talks about, all the things that you think, I know I should be doing this.
Yes.
You just don't, like, and you go to bed at night and you think, I need to be better tomorrow. I need to do better tomorrow.
I didn't deal with that very well, because I was overstimulated, tired.
And and they're getting annoyed and you're just like, hey, stop it. And it's like, yeah, but they don't know how, anyway, without going into all of that. But yeah, I totally relate to that.
Yeah. And it's just having that time to really kind of focus on what's causing it and finding techniques, because you're relaxed. It's like, I've got all the time in the world today. Let's work out what's going on here. Where day to day I'm like, get the shoes on. Hurry up.
Why are you not getting your shoes on? I have asked you 5 times.
Yeah, it is mad. Like I went back to work today and I just felt so rubbish. I was like, oh, I just want to be on holiday again, where you do, your whole body relaxes, because you just haven't got that like pressure of and demands on you that like work makes you feel.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm not looking forward to, the school run in the morning, literally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you forget,
getting them
don't
up and out
and
fed. It's the fed. There's always the battle to feed and get the school uniform on. And I can't do the school uniform before the food, because the food goes down the school uniform.
I know, that's what I have, because I'm in such a rush in the morning, because I have to leave early to drop Isabel off. That Alex eats the rest of his toast he's not eaten in the car in like a pot.
Oh yeah.
So when I get to school, he is covered. So I have to be like armed ready with the wipes to like make him look like slightly presentable to go in. But I'm like, this is the only way I'm going to get food into you, I'm afraid.
Egg smeared down him. Do you know what? He's in school. It's okay. Does he care? No, he doesn't. So why do I worry about it?
John's always like, he's going to get messy anyway. I'm like, I know, but I've got to send him in half presentable. Can't have like, peanut all down him, especially with allergies and things.
I know. And it's
trouble.
the beauty of sending them to nursery when it doesn't really matter if they haven't eaten, because they're going to have their second breakfast
yes.
at nursery.
Yes. There isn't that pressure. Yeah, exactly.
I know. Actually, nursery's been an absolute blessing over the summer because,
honestly,
I mean, she only goes 2 days a week, but it's nice for him to have some one-on-one time, because actually in fairness to him, he doesn't get a lot of one-on-one time because she's generally always with us, and actually she probably gets more because I'm off with her ordinarily a couple of days of the week when he's in school, so he doesn't get a huge amount of one-to-one time, so he is constantly fighting for our attention, I think, generally, and then that brings about all sorts of unsavory behavior,
which you can understand.
You forget that they're so young.
You do. And like the expectations that that I have it with Alex, like I was even saying, wasn't I, like now the words are coming, the expectation of like, right, what's next, and it's like it just, you can't push them, it's going to be in its own time. Like this journey is very different to a child that's hasn't got neurodivergency, because everything will just take longer, and it's just having the patience to let it happen.
I know. And when they develop in their own time, and that looks different for obviously every single one of our children. So I'm so guilty of this. When will the hyperactivity lesson? Google.
Exactly.
Hello, Google.
Googling it.
And I don't know why I do it. I think it's like a comfort blanket, but it's so silly because they don't know, no one knows. It's just me, I guess,
and you need to, in that moment,
in at the end of the day, wanting some sort of reassurance that this might not look like this forever, which obviously it's not. It's going to look very different, and if we were to record this in 20 years time, the beauty of hindsight and we'll be saying, give them time, and saying all of this good stuff, but when you're in the moment, it's definitely not that easy.
No. And I think everyone listening can relate in some way, that we've all Googled something at some point, because it does make you feel better. I mean, the amount of times I've Googled, when will my child speak, what are the signs my child will speak, my child has just started, it's like a comfort thing. And I guess sometimes it's just getting a few tips, or also reassurance. Sometimes if something happens, it can, you need that reassurance from other people that it's not going to look like this in a few years time, and it'll all kind of calm down. And you only need to find that post that makes you feel better, and then you're done.
Wonderful. Job done.
Ready for bed. Lovely.
At 1:30 in the morning, but I'm now ready to go to sleep.
When I've now found what I'm looking for.
Oh dear. Yes.
But we noticed on holiday actually that talking about the frustrations and tantrums and stuff, because the words are coming, he'll sometimes come up to us and say something, and you're like, and then he'll say it again, and you're like, and then we're looking at each other and we're like, oh, I don't know. And then you can just see he either just sort of walks off, and you're like, oh no, what was that? Or he'll get a bit frustrated, because obviously he's like, duh, I'm telling you, and you're not listening.
You've been telling me this word for the last 5 years. I'm telling you back.
So we said on holiday, we haven't done it yet, but we definitely want to set up his old iPad with the AAC, and it just have that on it, because I'm hoping that will just alleviate those moments of frustration.
But then I think that's a natural process that someone that's just learning to communicate with words goes through anyway.
True.
My daughter does that. She'll say things to me sometimes, and I'm like, pardon, what?
Sorry, what was that?
And she'll keep going, and I'm like, oh. And I can tell she knows she's being fobbed off with the she knows, like, that doesn't make sense.
She's side-eyeing you, like, come on, that wasn't, that wasn't
like, oh, really? And she's looking at me thinking she doesn't know what I'm talking about.
So what have you got planned for the last week ahead of going back? Have you got much on? Just trying to keep him busy.
101 plans to keep him moving. various different bits and pieces. We're going to go into London tomorrow. He loves the
Nice.
train, so that'll
Oh
be
yes, that'll be
fun.
fun.
Yes, so going to do that, and then the weather's not great, so that's a little bit
No.
annoying. It's a bit rainy, so that definitely makes it a bit more difficult. We are fortunate that we can make plans last minute, really, and he will
Yes.
go along with it as long as he's like interested. So I'm not entirely sure. He's got some more swimming lessons. And then I don't think we'll do loads in the lead up to him going
No.
back to school. We need to get on top of his sleep. His sleep's been really diabolical the last week. We've had some incredibly early mornings, and that's not fun for anyone.
What is there anything causing it, do you think?
I
Does
don't
he
know.
knows he's going back or not?
I did ask him the other day. Actually, nothing to do with his sleep, but about something else. I was just asking him if there was anything on his mind. He did say he was nervous about going back to school. So maybe it's hard. We've always found with him since he was very young, if he's overtired, he wakes up very early.
Oh
So
yeah, you said
it
that.
doesn't take a lot. And we had a difficult day last week where he ended up going to bed late because he essentially had a meltdown before bed. So that was a very late night, and obviously he went to bed stressed. It then sort of knocked on to earlier mornings until he then had another sort of late-ish night, not even that drastically late, but a little bit later.
Yeah.
Half an hour. And then it's accumulated in like just very early wake ups, which is just no fun at
No, it's exhausting.
all. It's so tiring, and no amount of practice prepares you. It doesn't. You still feel so just exhausted for the rest of the day, and then you're on catch up.
Yes.
And then you eat rubbish, and it's just it's just a vicious circle.
Yeah.
And I really noticed I probably wasn't looking after myself. I got on well over the summer holidays, and I thought, I just need to be looking after myself a little bit better because we're coming into the winter, and I'm going to catch everything, obviously, that goes around the school and the nursery. So I don't know, and this is what I find frustrating sometimes. I don't know. I just don't know, and I find often we don't ever get an answer as to why things happen. And it might be obvious to say it's lead up to school, but I just don't know if it is, if I'm honest.
Because we had it a few months ago, and I think he had a growth spurt now when I look at him, because he's like doesn't fit in. I had to buy a load of trousers again. So I think that's what caused that blip. But yeah, and it's so hard because you can't ask them. They need to find out what's causing it. So it's difficult, isn't it? And I mean, it gets to the evening and you're like, I want an evening. So you stay up a bit later, and then you're up at 4:30 and you're just like, my gosh, I wish I'd gone to bed. But then you don't get an evening. So yeah.
I know.
And there'll be people listening that kids are up late and then they've got to get up. Yeah, it can be exhausting, can't it?
I think sleep is probably one thing that unites all of us as parents, not just, but it is definitely tougher. Like, sleep has been a big challenge for us over the years, for sure. Early rising has been pretty brutal. Neither of us want to get up at that time in the morning.
No, who wants to get up at that time?
No, you just don't. And actually, it's not just that. They then struggle. They're really dysregulated because they're tired, and then it affects their behaviour. And it's just a total cycle. And it's really hard to break it. Like yesterday, he was in bed at 6:10. And I thought, I just need to put him to bed really, really early. And to be fair, he went straight away. He was really tired.
There you go.
And he slept till kind of like 10 to 6 this morning. So he'd had a good almost 12 hours, which is good. Obviously still really early, but enough sleep to get him through the day. And today has been a bit better. Growth spurts. I definitely recognise the same. It affects his behaviour, something chronic. He gets really demand avoidant, and just everything is no. And I just think this is like really a battle now. And then you kind of think, hang on, you look a little bit taller. You just seem a little bit different.
It is mad how it can affect them.
Yeah, must be tiring, just really tiring for them.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your final week bringing you?
So I've got the next 2 days off with him. So we're going to see friends over the next 2 days. So I'm looking forward to that. And then what have we got? The weekend, we'll probably, like you said, just have quite a slow weekend. And then John's got him a couple of days next week. So, but yeah, not too much before going back. Just and a lot of reading The Social Story as much as I can, and yeah, doing what we can in preparation. And John's going to take him on his first day, so I think he'd be better with him.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So that'll be good, and see how he gets on. But yeah, we'll be back to update you all on how their first week at school went.
Yes.
Yeah,
and on that
note,
good luck to everybody who's got children going back to school.
Yes.
In the next week or so.
Yeah, and well done for getting through the summer, because as we've talked about on this episode, it's very turbulent with their emotions. And
turbulent, that is a good word for it.
Yeah.
Emotional turbulence. That's exactly what's been going on in this house.
Yeah, and we'll be glad to have a bit of time and space, like even just working from home where there's no kids in the house. It is quite the dream. The silence. Yeah. So
but then I have to put the radio on because I just
can't. It's too quiet. But yes, we've got some great guests coming on in September. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. And yeah, well done again for everyone for the summer. It's like us, I'm sure there's many listening that this was their first summer, so it's been a bit of trial and error for the summers to come. But we got through it, which is just amazing. Can't believe it. We survived. Yeah, thank you so much for listening, and until next time, Kirst.
Speak to you then. Bye.
Bye.